Welcome to another fun-filled video full of entertainment and knowledge from Anaheim Rod and Custom. Up today, we're going to visit Currie Enterprises in Corona, California. When it came to creating a new rear end for our SEMA build, a 1963 Cadillac, we took it to the experts at Currie Enterprises, who are known worldwide as leaders in developing specialty aftermarket rear ends. A family-owned and operated business like ours, the Curries design, build, modify, test, and install rear end and drivetrain products. We were fortunate enough to get the opportunity to tour this 40,000 square foot manufacturing facility and see how it all comes together. Cadillacs can be a little tricky because they vary so much from year to year, so we began by taking the original rear end housing with brackets attached to the folks at Currie to use as a template. They measured and recreated the bracket mounting points on the new housing. You can see here where the stock Cadillac brackets were removed for reuse on the new housing. The first stop in a new rear end is the tacking department. Here, the tacker gets the housing center, the tubes, and the housing ends, tacks them all together, and passes them on to the welders. The housing is placed in a welding rotisserie to weld the brackets in place. You can see the bracket guy and front end welders who worked on our Caddy doing their thing, the measuring of the housing, transferring the brackets from the original housing, and welding and grinding. The housings are then staged for straightening after being welded. After the housing is built, the axle work begins. Here you can see the chamfering in the end of the axle and installing the center and the axle lathe. The little hole in the end of your axle is drilled there by this lathe in order to hold it in place on the next machine here that cuts the spline pattern into the axle. Next stop is building the third member components. Currie builds their own posi traction units in-house, and then the completed posi units are moved into the next station. Take a look at the assembly of the pinion gear and pinion support of the third member. The ring gear bolts are torqued in a vise. The assembled sub-assemblies are then dropped into the gear case, and the third member is completed and moved into the final assembly of the new 9-inch rear end. Now to take our new 9-inch back to the shop and install it in the 63 Cadillac so she can roll to the SEMA show's AccuAir booth. Thank you very much, Currie. We'll see you at SEMA.